Look at creating an IDW, which is a drawing in Autodesk Inventor, and preparing it to turn in to Google Classroom. Now if you take a look, this is what a drawing looks like. We're not going to provide all these dimensions. However, if you want to, you can. However, we're just going to provide a few of these dimensions so that you can show me that you have everything drawn correctly. In order to begin, we're going to open INventor, have it open on our screen, and we're going to come up to the ribbon bar at the top and we're going to select New. We're going to choose Standard IDW from this menu. The icon looks like this. And we're going to select Create. When the sheet opens up, it's a little bit large. It's a D size sheet, which is a little big for what we need. So we're going to change the size of this sheet to a B size sheet. In order to do that, we're going to come over to our model browser on the left-hand side. Put your cursor on sheet 1. We're going to right click and go down to Edit Sheet. Right here we're going to change our size from D to a B. Once you have that changed, click OK. Now we're going to place our part on here. We're going to come up to the top in our ribbon bar and we're going to go to Base. And then we're going to go to this Browse folder right here, the folder that has a magnifying glass on it. Click to select it. And we're going to go into our H drive, and we want to find our Last Man Standing game. And click Open. Once you have that on there, we're going to change our scale from half size to 3/4 size. That's all we're doing on this menu here. And then click OK. Now we're going to position this on our screen and slide it over just a little bit. So I'm going to take my cursor and I'm going to bring it to my part. When I get the red dotted line that goes around my part, I'm going to click and I'm going to drag this over to the side a little bit. Now in order to get the other two views on here, I'm going to come up to the top in our ribbon bar and I'm going to select Projected. And if this does not automatically lock on to your main part in order to show these auxiliary views, you have to come with your mouse and click on your actual part here, and then you should get this view to project. I'm going to come over to the right hand side and click to place that view. And I'm going to come up to the top right hand corner and get my pictorial isometric view and click to place that view. When I'm finished, I'm going to right click and create. Now let's take and put a few dimensions on here and prepare it to get turned in. Coming up to the top above my ribbon bar next to Place Views, I want to go to Annotate. And in Annotate, I'm going to get my Dimension tool, which is on the far left side. And I'm going to provide a few dimensions. I'm going to dimension from this bottom left-hand hole to the left side, bring that dimension down. From the bottom left-hand hole to the bottom, and bring this dimension out to the side. I'm going to do the same for this point here. So dimension from the point to the left-hand side, bring that down, and I'm going to dimension from the point to the bottom and bring this one out to the left-hand side. I'm going to do the same for this slot here. I want to select the left-hand side of the storage place, the right-hand side of this rectangle, and bring this dimension down. And I'm going to select the bottom of this rectangle and the top of the rectangle and bring this dimension out. Now we're going to go for the overall view. We're going to click on your bottom line, bring this down, and that should bring that part down. And I'm going to click on the right hand side. When it turns red, bring this dimension out to the right. All you're showing me is the dimensions that you typed in earlier. I'm also going to do the thickness. I'm going to click on the top of this block, bring that up, and that looks pretty good. Now let's think about saving this and then preparing it to turn in. We're going to come up to the top to the orange file in the top left hand corner of your ribbon. We're going to click and we're going to go down to Save As. We want this to go into our H drive. So up here in the top, we're going to change this and we're going to go all the way down to our H drive. First initial, last name, 000. So up here in the top it should say first initial last name 000. If it does not, click and you should go to the one that has your first initial last name and it has this gray box with the green line underneath of it. Last man standing, and then you want to take and put your last name after this if it's not there already. So last man standing and your last name, and click save. The next thing that we want to do is we want to prepare this in order to turn into Google Classroom. And in order to do that, we need to go back up to the top to the orange file in the top left-hand corner, and we're going to come down to Export. And we want to choose Export and PDF. Once again, it's going to go to the same folder, your first initial last name 000, and this is in your H drive. If it doesn't automatically select that area, click on this pull-down menu and go down to your H drive here. The file name should stay the same, last man standing and your last name, and click Save. Congratulations. Please don't forget to turn the PDF into Google Classroom. There will be a spot there for your last man standing drawing. Please make sure you turn it in.